Mahindra's automotive division took over national dailies on 22nd March with 10 full pages of advertisement. This was a follow-up to the earlier 2-page spread announcing Rise. What purpose did these ads serve? Visibility? Awareness? For Rajesh Jedurikar, the roadblock advertising was a way to demonstrate how the brand promise of each of its vehicles embodied the overall corporate promise, Rise.
What kind of feedback are you getting, if at all you can share with us anecdotally or through research, in terms of how the Rise campaign has been understood by your loyal automotive customers?
We've specifically in the automotive business done something which we call the roadblock, where leading dailies, Times of India, Economic Times, Hindustan Times, Hindu, etc. We ran 8 full pages and small blocks in the end of March.
Right.
And that was in a way connecting what each of the brands stood for and connecting it to Rise. So it spoke about a facet of a brand. So for example, in Scorpio, if Scorpio has won 3 years in a row, a large number of rallies, it talks about the connection between Scorpio, in a way accepting no limits in the Rise language, and connecting that with the value of Rise. For example, we have Geo, which is a 4-wheeler priced at about 1.7 lakhs load carrier, and that is a tool to enable those who are 3-wheeler buyers to progress in life, because a 3-wheeler load customer really looks for status recognition from his community around, his peerage, his family, and a 4-wheeler substantially upgrades his status in life while allowing him to earn more. So this whole strategy of enabling a 3-wheeler customer to move to a 4-wheeler customer, which is really what Geo was about, is in fact a Rise philosophy. So this whole campaign, which did 1 brand per page, and we did 8 pages, brought out the various Rise manifestations and connecting them with product values.
The campaign for some was too much in the face, but overall it seems to have worked. And this was evident from the thousands of tweets that poured in from all over the country. Mahindra's earlier 2-page spread to announce Rise had an interesting footnote, and that too in the middle of the page. It said, "Join the conversation at mahindra.com/empower." Empowerment is just one of the many tangible benefits of Rise, as Ramesh Iyer from Mahindra Finance puts it.
So Ramesh, what has defining your core purpose as Rise really helped the company achieve? What if it was just business as usual, you hadn't done this? What has changed?
See, our business, it's a very empowered business model, right? When I say empowered business model, people take local credit decisions and they are responsible for delivering results.
Right.
And therefore, when you use this word empower to them, each one makes a different sense of this empowerment. And that is based on what is his risk-taking ability, what is his capability. But he doesn't bring in innovation, he doesn't bring in designing different products. But when you kind of roll it around with Rise and you say, now under this concept, this is how we look at things to change. I mean, you look at if what we've done in the rural market is going to bring more competition. People are going to see our success and may want to come and operate there. Now, how do you still maintain this gap between you and your competition? I would guess that's Rise, right? If you brought in a very different thinking to the experience that you already have, you kind of bring out the knowledge that you have gathered over the period in designing the product that's required there. Find out ways to deliver it which excites the customer most. I'm sure we'll make all the difference in that market and keep the competence still away.
Multinational companies have long used taglines to convey their core purpose. Apple Inc.'s tagline, "Think Different," is something that comes closest to Mahindra's Rise campaign. And Mahindra's Rusbe Irani feels that brand positioning has nothing to do with advertising and everything to do with business strategy, and it's not incidental that Apple's Think Different campaign inspired Mahindra to have a common purpose too.
While you were coming up with your brand purpose, I'm sure you looked around in India and the world and studied other companies who were bound by such a strong purpose. Are there any examples that stood out or that inspired you?
There are many great companies, and I think one example that inspired us was the example of Apple. I mean, we all know where Apple is today and where it was a few years ago. I mean, today it is, I think in the latest rankings, it is the most valuable brand.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, it is the most valuable brand, and in market capitalization is one of the top market capitalized companies globally. And this is really based on their innovation, on their culture of innovation, think different, which really in a sense is their brand promise, and clearly their culture internally. Again a wonderful match between their internal purpose, their internal culture, as well as what they actually promise and offer externally. And I think that is very, very important. And you know, in a lot of traditional branding exercises, it's more about what you want the customer to believe about yourself. Are you really able to deliver on that? I think that's the difficult part. Getting somebody to believe you for a period of time in today's day and age can be done, but equally more so in today's day and age of transparency, that credibility fast vanishes if you're not able to deliver to it. And to be able to deliver to it, you have to be able to change and align internally. So I think that is really the power of an exercise like this that we have embarked upon. To us, in phase one, to be perfectly honest with you, our primary focus is internal. Yes, we are talking to our external customers, but I'm not so concerned about the press ad that I put out, or creating 5 TV commercials to actually put out this message to our customers externally. That will come, but I'd like actions to speak louder than words, and for that we need to get the internal alignment. So I think that comes before the external focus.
Alternative thinking and rising above the ordinary is one thing, but isn't there a challenge and risk of over-promising and under-delivering? We get you the answers as Lulu talks to the key stakeholders on the other side of this break.